What's up, everybody? T101 here with another video. In this video, we're just talking about the average player and the experience for matchmaking in Warzone, if it even exists. So, from an average player's perspective, I float between a 1.5, lower, higher, whatever, and that's my KD, and it's usually always been my KD throughout Warzone 1, 2, and all the way up until now. So I usually get either obnoxiously sweaty lobbies or I get like a bottish lobby. So I'm kind of in the middle. But I have found a few techniques to get my lobbies fairly even Steven and not run into too many obnoxious bullcrap. So in this video, I'll just go over the few tips I do, and hopefully they help you out as the average player yourself. So anyways, here we go. Tip 1. So when you basically, we'll just think about Call of Duty's SBMM, as in how they do their skill-based matchmaking. We're just going to think of it as as like the Mortal Kombat ladder. If you're familiar with Mortal Kombat, you start on the low person and you work your way up, all the way up to the very boss person. It's I forget their names, but whatever. Once you get up there, Shang Tsung and all that stuff. So anyway, back to what we're talking about. So, and if you play Call of Duty enough in Warzone, you know that you'll get your first match on is usually the easiest match. And then as you progressively get better throughout the game, the matches get more difficult until it basically taps you out at a certain point. The SBMM will rank you high, so therefore you're playing against higher skilled players. But there's so many variables that go into the skill-based matchmaking that it just gets convoluted the higher up it goes. My core group of friends, we are all around a 1.5, except for a couple of my friends are below a 1. So once you get to below a 1.0, is when you're going to run into the issues. The issues. I'm just going to call it the issues. Some people use different techniques, such as a VPN, to get, if they're a higher skill level, they'll VPN, hence break the SBMM and get themselves thrown into basically a body or lobby. If you have a below 1.0, you are basically going to you're basically victim to the VPN. Tip 1. Once you realize that you are going to be, once you're in a lobby and you start going up the ladder and you find it becoming extremely difficult, restart your game. Just close the game out, wait a few minutes, restart your game. I have found that is one of the most successful things for me. Once we find that our lobbies are getting a little bit more difficult and we're starting to notice a lot of the higher skilled players in there, we kill our games out, wait a few minutes, and then start it up. Basically, what I believe that does is it makes Call of Duty think you're done, and then when you come back to the game, you're basically back to the Mortal Kombat ladder, you're basically down to the bottom, and you're going to work your way back up to the top to, you go against somebody like Huskers or something, but I've never run into that guy. Please, I don't want to happen. All right, so step 2. In older iterations of Warzone, you were able to go to like COD Tracker or WZ Stats, and you were able to check out the lobby that you're in, the average KD, who's in your lobby, blah, 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 blah. It seems that they don't do that anymore. I know there's a couple programs floating around where you can do that, but I don't think Call of Duty allows it, and actually I haven't looked too far into it. But we have found that if you are in the lobby, in the pregame lobby, or any time in the lobby actually, but you want to do this in the pregame lobby, if you hit back or whatever, or escape for me, because I'm on mouse and keyboard, and you go down to the very bottom here where it says report player, you bring that up, and it's going to give you a list of players. Now, this list of players is what we have found in our testings is that they are the ones that are just in your match that have done very well the previous match, and or the highest skilled people that are now in your lobby. So if you go in there and you look at them, you just look at their calling cards. It shows you the ranks, the calling cards. If you see nuke stuff or diamonds, crimsons, and up Eries, you know that they're exceptionally skilled players and probably not people you want to mess with unless you want the challenge. So you can go off that feedback, and if it doesn't look good to you, back out. And if you run into that 3 times in a row, a bunch of them, restart the game. But we have also found that if you switch it up and you play with other people, the lobbies are usually much better there too. So it doesn't hurt to mix it up a little bit and play with some different people here and there and see how those lobbies fare out. Sometimes you have to find just the right mix of skill to get the good lobbies. So if you keep finding yourself in a rut, or you're finding yourself playing by yourself a lot, hit some local groups up on Discord or Twitter or wherever, and just find some players, man. So that's kind of what you have to do. Not much of a tip, but I have found that we do squad fill with some randoms, and sometimes it works out. So keep trying, and just restart your game if it gets stupid.